Once upon a time on a lovely island, within the island pastures, a young fairy named Isotopia used to reside there. Poppy the pet monkey belonged to her. Poppy and Isotopia were ordinary people with ordinary tastes in way of life. Their modest, minimally furnished home was small. There also resided a unicorn on the same island, with the unique capacity to soar great distances. Her one and only wish for Isotopia was to ride atop a unicorn one day. Isotopia was by herself at home one day when Poppy went to eat some bananas. He noticed the unicorn was also standing below when he ascended a banana tree and began to eat. He had his eyes on him. Poppy was not your typical monkey. He was extremely intelligent and conversant in all of the island's animal languages. In addition, he gave the unicorn some bananas and said, "Would you let me ride on your back someday?" The unicorn answered, "You've given me some delicious fruit. Of course you can ride with me." Poppy felt ecstatic. The unicorn shot high into the sky as he leaped on its back. Poppy was really happy. "Thanks for the ride," remarked Poppy as the unicorn touched down. "I never realized this would be such a unique experience. I'm Poppy. What is your name?" The unicorn introduced herself as Yuno. "Are you going to be my friend?" "Of course I'll be your friend," replied Poppy. Together, they played. When it got late, Poppy said Yuno farewell. He told Isotopia all about the unicorn when he got home. "Oh!" she cried out. "How lovely! I wish I could go along with him. Would you kindly take me to the unicorn tomorrow, Poppy?" Poppy granted her wish. When they returned to see Yuno the following day, they discovered that he had been bound with a rope by 5 evil men, who were then dragging and compelling him to accompany them. "Why are you doing this to the poor unicorn?" inquired Isotopia. In response, one of the males said, "Say nothing, girl. Finding a unicorn is quite uncommon. We are fortunate to have met him. He will bring in a ton of money for us." The man pushed back Isotopia after saying this. Then Yuno was taken away by the 5 evil men. Isotopia and Poppy were saddened for Yuno, but they chose to remain silent because those 5 guys were well known for coming from the island's neighboring community. The men's residence was known to them. To save Yuno, they devised a strategy. They went to the men's house when darkness fell. Next, they surreptitiously mixed a sleeping potion into their meal. Regretfully, only 2 of the men consumed the meal and passed out. The other 3 men slept in a different room and ate dinner outside. Isotopia shut the room's door from the outside. Poppy now attempted to loosen the rope that was tying Yuno. However, the rope was securely secured. That's why Yuno cried out in pain when Poppy attempted to open the rope. 2 of the 3 men were sound asleep when the others awoke. They discovered that their door was locked from the outside, even though they knew that Yuno's friends had come to release him. They began kicking and pushing the door, and after a short while, they succeeded in breaking it open and leaving. Upon exiting, Yuno's rope unexpectedly broke loose. As the men charged at them, Isotopia and Poppy leaped onto Yuno's back. One of the men grabbed hold of Poppy's tail, but Yuno let go of it as she began to fly and collapsed. The men were all staring at them with disappointment and rage, but what could they do at this point? Poppy taught Yuno all about Isotopia on their flight. Isotopia also became acquainted with Yuno. Yuno abruptly started to fall to the ground, bringing Poppy and Isotopia to an unfamiliar location. They closed their eyes since they were amid intense light. They found themselves in front of a massive castle that was bathed in golden light when they opened their eyes once more. Isotopia and Poppy were in disbelief at what they saw. Poppy inquired, "Where have you brought us?" to Yuno. "My parents owned this castle," Yuno declared. "Where are they?" Poppy inquired. "For all I know, they may not even be around anymore." Yuno replied in a dejected tone. One day, about 6 months ago, they had gone to the forest and they had never returned. Isotopia said, "But maybe they are still alive." Yuno whispered, "How much I wish that what you say is true." Out of nowhere, there was a noise from behind the bushes. "Yuno! Yunos! How are you doing?" "Oh, that is the voice of my mom." "Of course, I'm just dreaming," Yuno exclaimed. "No! No, Yuno!" Poppy exclaimed. "We can see 2 unicorns there, and we can hear this voice as well." "Where?" Yuno inquired. "There! Yuno, there!" Beyond the shrubbery! Yelled Poppy. Yuno peered around the shrubbery. It was his parents, after all. Yuno sprinted while massaging his mother and father. Where are you, Mom and Daddy? I said, inquired Yuno. His father remarked, We ran and flew, and somehow managed to return here today. A hunter had taken us away after trapping us in a huge net. Yuno was ecstatic. Mommy, these are my friends, Isotopia and Poppy, he added. They assisted me in getting away from some cunning hunters. Please, Mother, allow them to be with us, they have the purest hearts. Mom answered, Yes, son. They are more than welcome to stay in our castle. Poppy and Isotopia were thanked by Yuno's mother for saving her son. Yuno said to his father, Daddy, what do you think? Can they remain in our home? Yes, they can, the father replied. Yuno was ecstatic. Yuno gave his pals a tour of the entire castle. The castle was larger inside than it appeared from the outside. Yuno provided his companions with a gorgeous room to stay in, complete with lovely wallpaper and a lovely view outside the windows. Isotopia and Poppy had a great time in their room and at the castle. They expressed their gratitude to Yuno's parents for their kindness. Together, the three friends led happy lives for a very long time in the magnificent castle.